Welcome to Life ABC. Today, we're taking you on a fascinating journey through Bangladesh, a country brimming with contrast, culture, and compelling customs. From its devout Islamic traditions to its surprising legal stance on prostitution, and even rare cultural practices like polyandry, Bangladesh is a land of unique paradoxes. Let's dive in and uncover the rich tapestry of life in this South Asian nation. Geography and demographics. Located in South Asia, Bangladesh shares most of its border with India, a small eastern frontier with Myanmar, and opens to the Bay of Bengal in the south. Despite having a relatively small landmass, about 147,570 square kilometers, it's home to over 160 million people, making it one of the most densely populated countries on Earth. The country's geography is largely shaped by the Ganges Delta, one of the most fertile regions in the world, which fuels its strong agricultural sector and supports a rich ecosystem of rivers and farmlands. Religion and surprising legal realities. Bangladesh is a predominantly Muslim country, with nearly 90% of the population adhering to Islam. Islamic laws are deeply embedded in public and private life. Yet, despite its religious conservatism, prostitution is technically legal. This contradiction reveals much about the socio-economic fabric of the country. An estimated 100,000 women are involved in the sex trade, most of them not by choice, but by circumstances like poverty and human trafficking. Life in the brothels. Dalatya, also known as Caprara, is considered the largest and oldest red light district in Bangladesh. Over 1,200 sex workers live and work here, though the real number might be far greater. Shockingly, many underage girls are hidden within these brothels. To appear more physically mature and attract clients, some girls are given oradexin, a steroid intended for livestock, to rapidly gain weight. Despite medical warnings about the severe health risks, including death, economic desperation often leaves them no choice. The harsh reality of these brothels highlights serious human rights concerns. Many women and girls face violence, health hazards, and exploitation, often with limited access to healthcare or legal protection. Thankfully, NGOs and advocacy groups are stepping in with education, medical aid, and vocational training to help these women reclaim their lives. However, dismantling such an entrenched system is a massive task. True change requires government intervention, community engagement, and long-term policy reforms that prioritize the rights and safety of women. Child marriage, a persistent issue. Another pressing issue in Bangladesh is child marriage. According to UNICEF, Bangladesh ranks among the top 10 countries globally for child marriage rates. Roughly 29% of girls are married before 15, and a staggering 65% before turning 18. This practice stems from long-standing cultural norms and economic hardship. Dowries, monetary or material gifts from the bride's family to the groom, are more affordable when the bride is younger, which incentivizes early marriages. As a result, young girls are often forced to drop out of school, become mothers too early, and suffer domestic abuse. The cycle of poverty continues, with girls denied the chance to gain an education or live independently. Unique tribal traditions. Polyandry among the Marma. While 98% of the population is Bengali, Bangladesh is also home to several ethnic minorities, including the Marma tribe from the Chittagong Hill Tracts. Among them exists a peculiar and rare custom, polyandry. In certain cases, a widow remarrying within the tribe must choose a man from the same clan as her late husband. To compensate the new husband, she often gives one of her daughters as a second wife. This is believed to preserve the family structure and lineage. Though some see it as a practical tradition, many younger Marma women view it as oppressive, robbing girls of their autonomy and emotional well-being. Activists and human rights groups are working to challenge these practices, providing education and legal support to empower young women to break free from such customs. A brief history of Bangladesh. The story of Bangladesh stretches back thousands of years and is deeply rooted in the ancient civilizations of the Indian subcontinent. The region that is now Bangladesh was once part of powerful empires such as the Maurya and Gupta dynasties, flourishing centers of trade, learning, and culture. In ancient times, the area was known for its thriving cities, Buddhist monasteries like Mahasthangar and Paharapur, and its strategic position on trade routes connecting South Asia with Southeast Asia. From the 13th century onward, the region came under Islamic rule, first through invasions by Turkish and Afghan sultans and later as part of the Mughal Empire. Under Mughal governance, Bengal became a wealthy province renowned for its muslin fabric, spices, and agricultural abundance. The fertile plains of the Ganges Delta made Bengal one of the most productive and affluent regions in the empire. However, the tides changed in the 18th century with the arrival of the British East India Company. After the decisive Battle of Plassey in 1757, the British took control of Bengal, marking the beginning of colonial rule. The region's economy was gradually redirected to serve British interests, leading to widespread poverty, famines, and the erosion of local industries. The Bengal famine of 1943, in which millions perished, remains a tragic symbol of the colonial legacy. After India's independence in 1947, British India was partitioned based on religious lines. Bengal was split into two. The western part became West Bengal in India, while the eastern region became East Bengal, a province of the newly formed Muslim-majority nation of Pakistan. In 1955, East Bengal was renamed East Pakistan, though it remained geographically separated from West Pakistan by over 1,000 miles of Indian territory. Despite being the more populous part of Pakistan, East Pakistan was systematically marginalized. Economic disparity, cultural suppression, such as the attempt to impose Urdu as the national language over the native Bengali, and political disenfranchisement led to growing unrest. The language movement of 1952, where several students were killed for protesting the Urdu-only policy, became a turning point in the region's push for self-determination. The tensions escalated over the decades, culminating in the Bangladesh Liberation War of 1971. After a controversial national election in 1970 in which the East Pakistan-based Awami League won a majority but was denied power, widespread civil disobedience erupted. On March 25, 1971, the Pakistani military launched Operation Searchlight, a brutal crackdown in Dhaka and other cities that sparked a full-scale war. The conflict led to massive atrocities, with an estimated 300,000 to 3 million people killed and over 10 million refugees fleeing to neighboring India. After 9 months of fierce resistance, aided by the Indian military, Bangladesh declared victory on December 16, 1971, and emerged as an independent nation. In the decades since independence, Bangladesh has navigated a complex path of political turbulence, including military coups, assassinations, and civil unrest. However, it has also seen remarkable progress, especially in healthcare, education, microfinance, and women's empowerment. The rise of Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus and the Grameen Bank, pioneers of microcredit, showcased Bangladesh's innovative solutions to poverty. Today, Dhaka, the vibrant capital city, serves as the political, cultural, and economic heart of the nation. The country has transformed into a manufacturing powerhouse, particularly in ready-made garments, RMG. Bangladesh is now the second largest exporter of clothing after China, contributing to over 80% of its export earnings. The sector employs millions, particularly women, and has attracted major global brands such as Zara, H&M, Uniqlo, and Adidas. Despite challenges like climate change, political polarization, and infrastructure bottlenecks, Bangladesh continues to move forward. With a young, resilient population, a growing digital economy, and improving social indicators, the country is now classified as a lower middle-income nation and aspires to reach developed status by 2041. From ancient empires and colonial subjugation to a war-torn birth and economic resurgence, Bangladesh's journey is a powerful testament to the spirit and determination of its people. Language and daily life. The official language is Bengali, though English is also spoken in business and government sectors. For foreigners, learning some basic Bengali can be helpful, especially outside major cities. Despite its economic progress, daily life in Bangladesh is not without challenges. Dhaka is among the most polluted and congested cities in the world. Vehicular emissions, unregulated construction, and industrial activity contribute to severe air and noise pollution. Culinary culture. Bangladesh offers a rich and flavorful culinary experience, deeply influenced by Indian, Middle Eastern, and Southeast Asian traditions. The food is often spicy and aromatic, with rice, fish, lentils, and vegetables forming the base of most meals. Popular dishes include biryani, a flavorful rice dish with meat and spices; buna khichuri, rice and lentils cooked with meat; fuchka, crispy shells filled with spiced potatoes and tamarind water; rasgulla, cheese balls soaked in syrup. Bangladeshis often eat with their hands, believing it enhances the dining experience. Street food is also a major attraction, with samosas, jalapis, and chaat available in every corner. Tourist attractions. Bangladesh boasts a range of natural and historical sites worth exploring. Cox's Bazar, home to the world's longest sandy sea beach. Sundarbans, the world's largest mangrove forest and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for the elusive Bengal tiger. Chittagong Hill Tracks, a scenic area filled with tribal culture and trekking opportunities. Sylhet, famous for its tea gardens and waterfalls. Bagherhut, home to the historic 60-dome mosque. From coastal vistas to forested hills and vibrant cities, Bangladesh offers a wide array of experiences for the adventurous traveler. Society and healthcare. Bangladeshi society places great importance on family and community. Multi-generational households are common, and festivals like Eid and Pohila Boishak are celebrated with communal joy. However, the country's healthcare system faces significant challenges. Only 3% of GDP is allocated to healthcare, and there are about 4 hospital beds per 10,000 people. Access to quality care, especially in rural areas, is limited. There are 1,683 hospitals, including 678 government facilities. Major private hospitals in Dhaka such as Apollo, Square, and United Hospital offer more advanced services, though often at a higher cost. Foreigners are advised to carry international health insurance for emergencies and specialized treatments. Safety and cost of living. Bangladesh has relatively low crime rates, but theft, phone snatching, and occasional robbery do occur, especially in urban areas. Travelers should avoid flashing valuables and be cautious in crowded zones. Despite the safety concerns, Bangladesh is known for its affordable cost of living. In Dhaka, rent can range from $170 to $570 per month, depending on location and amenities. Basic meals cost around $1 to $2 USD, and public transportation is extremely cheap, though not always reliable. Foreigners working in Bangladesh must pay income tax on local earnings and sometimes on global income, depending on their residency status. Residency is determined by the number of days you stay in the country annually. Working and visas. To work in Bangladesh, most foreigners start with a tourist visa, which allows a stay of up to 30 days, depending on your nationality. A business or work visa is needed for long-term employment, usually requiring a sponsor from a Bangladeshi company. Documents needed for visa application generally include a valid passport, hotel booking or invitation letter, company letter, visa application form. Always consult the nearest Bangladeshi consulate or the official Ministry of Foreign Affairs website for the most updated information. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the complexities and wonders of life in Bangladesh. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Life ABC for more eye-opening content from around the world.